It's going to be one of those days. I'm going to tell you, I'm feeling puny. Now, this is your MO. You're doing this all. You start out the show, sometimes even before we get on the air, you're telling me, oh, the internet's sketchy, or I'm feeling bad. The kid's been sick. I don't know. My canker sore on my taint is flared up. You're lowering the expectations, Brian. Normally, but this time it's my day too, because I'm feeling puny, as Christine Jarrett would say, just out of sorts. Don't have the vim and vigor and the energy that I normally possess. It was a late night last night because it was Valentine's. I didn't get to bed till nigh on to 9:30, quarter to 10. For a man my age, that's remarkable. But I'll have you know, I did not get out of bed until 8 o'clock this morning, which is why I'm feeling that I may be in the grip of some creeping illness. I'm not sure what yet, but I'm a little drippy. I'm a little lackadaisical, a little lackluster. So today I'm going to rely on your extensive knowledge of broadcasting and ability to stretch words out and throw out phrases and things while I sit here and overcome dizzy spells. Could this be the beginning of the end? Is this a sign here? I've just been to more doctors. They can't find anything.
Isn't it frustrating when you go to the doctor and you're like, I'm sure they're going to tell me a number of things. And they say, we give you a clean bill of health. No, how could that be? Something has to be wrong.
Well, I don't know if I would use the term frustrating, but perplexing in my, case, especially. I'm nigh on to 20 years older than you are. So at this point, you tend to think, what are they missing? Or why is something's not happened? We don't know. But
you should bring your action figures to the doctor's office. You could point to where your body hurts.
Point to where it hurts.
My knees are achy here, exactly right here at this joint.
My real goddamn knee joint is right in front of them. See, that's the problem, is that
your real knee joint doesn't prompt figure sales. But if you showed the doctor, who makes a very nice income, that you have action figures, and he goes, oh, that's so great. I didn't know one of my clients here, one of my patients, one of my customers, I didn't know he has action figures. Where can I buy one? Oh, by the way, we have multiple variety. Boom.
Well, I've never thought of that. Thank you very much for that marketing advice. But you did bring up something there I've never thought of, too. How come the doctor wants you to get well and be well? Because that's antithetical to his success, isn't it?
The dentist gives you a lollipop.
Well, but when till you reach the age of reason. And then once you're under the gas, he may give you all kinds of blow pops. But the thing with the doctors is there just enough of a steady supply of sick people that they don't have to worry about making some of them well, because more will come to take their place and they'll stay in business? Or what is there besides the moral compass that some of them may possess? I wonder what their motivation is to make us all well, because then they'd be sitting around with their dicks in their hands, doing nothing, making no money.
Well, they make a lot of money.
Well, I know their motivation is they make a lot of money, but they wouldn't if everybody got well and they did their job right.
Well, their job is to get you well. If doctor has patients that every one of them's dying, you're going to go, oh, I'm not going to that fucking guy.
Well, but they got to make
especially with all this variety of doctors. I can go here, I can go there. Do you accept my insurance? Hello.
And there's a problem we won't even get into, whether you got insurance or not around in this country. But nevertheless, the point is they got to make it look good. They can't expose their business. So they got to cure some people. They can let some go. And then they got to keep some there, I would think, at the borderline where it could go either way. Oh, he's making depending like if the advance is up or not. If Fritz would be making a comeback, or no, he's back in, serious condition. So,
do you think they should bring back house calls?
Well, they used to do that on television all the time back in the 50s and 60s, right? And in the movies before that, just call the doctor. He'll come over, and there the doctor is at the kid's bedside in your home. I don't know if I'd want most of the doctors these days in my fucking home, in my children's bedroom.
You would also feel like you need to clean, right? The doctor's coming,
yeah.
I feel like, shit, the house looks awful. I got to clean before he gets here.
But here's the thing, on television, they never showed the doctor walking into some fucking hoarder's goddamn double-wide trailer.
That's right.
With goddamn maggots spewing about. It was always a suburban, middle-class, white fucking household.
Dennis the Menace has a paper cut. Call the doctor. He'll come over with his case.
I'll stop by on my way home, Ward. They were all on a first-name basis. I just got a new doctor. He's younger than I am now, so he's on the ball. The doctor I used to have, he's like 10 or 15 years older than me. This was till a few years ago. And I started going in, and I would be reminding him what he had told me previously and what was wrong with me in the past. And then finally, I decided to switch doctors when he said, "Who are you again?" But nevertheless,
you should have had your action figure. You could have showed him your action figure. This is me right here. I have a variety of these for sale outside.
When you go to the doctor, do you try to talk them into signing up to subscribe to our YouTube channel?
No, I sell them Jim Cornette action figures. I have a whole variety of them right outside in the trunk. Come on outside.
I swear to God, Stacey, although honestly, they asked to see it around the establishment there, the clinic, whatever it is. But when Stacey went to her back doctor, she had to show him on her phone the YouTube clip of her getting press slammed in Freedom Hall. She said, "This is what I used to do. Maybe that's part of the problem." They're, "Oh, Jesus Christ."
That's when it's weird. Tell me what's going on. Let me show you a clip.
Yeah. Well, then they're like, "Were you on the news?" No, this was on television, but not the news. It was not a felonious assault. It was a cooperative effort. We sold tickets, but nevertheless.
They have like virtual doctor visits now too, where you don't even have to leave your house. You could just go in front of the computer and like Zoom your doctor.
Yeah, no.
So they can send a Z-Pack to CVS.
No, I want him to fucking look me over and fucking needle around a few places with his fingers and see if I have the stench of impending death coming off of me, whatever the do to determine when they look at you and they take their glasses and put them down on the end of their nose and they look in your eyeballs and they take two fingers and put them on the side of your neck and they know right then whether you need to have your gallbladder removed or not.
I was just telling Suzanne, I went to a doctor the other day. I had seen him like 4 years ago, seeing him again now. And in the middle of sitting face to face talking to me, he yawns. Like a big yawn, puts his fist in front of his mouth like that's going to stop it or do anything. And he just yawns, and then he doesn't say anything. I was going to make a joke if he had said, "I'm sorry." Don't worry, it happens to all of us. He didn't say anything, so now I no-sold it too. And I'm trying to hold in any kind of reaction and pay attention. But he just yawned right in the middle of the fucking talk. The talk. I'm okay, ladies and gentlemen.
The talk. Yes, we find that it's stage 4 whooping belch, and chances are your lungs are going to fall out next week.
Guy's talking to me. I'm like, again, I'm sitting at a chair. I'm not even up on the table. I'm sitting at a chair right at his level. And he just yawns. And then he just doesn't say anything.
You should have asked if you were keeping him up.
That's what Suzanne said. I was like, everything was going so well. I didn't want to ruin it. This guy sometimes has an attitude.
Your doctor has an attitude?
Hey, he thinks who he is. He's a doctor. He's making lots of money.
Well, God damn it. Still, you're the customer, and the customer's always right.
I put him to sleep almost in this fucking thing.
Yeah, you got a boring medical history.
Hey, listen, I saw the rest of the people in that lobby. I was the youngest and most exciting person there that whole day.
Well, then there's the problem, is that you're already going to see this fucking doctor that sees mostly geriatric, senile Alzheimer's patients that are ready for the fucking either the villages or the morgue or potentially in that order.
Well, potentially.
What do you think? You're 40-something years old walking in there already. What do you think when you get to my age? You're going to be going to a mortician to get made up.
Smelling like grisly death, not even knowing it.